top 25 flash in the early season as both of these programs try to make an early statement and build that resume. Welcome to the home of the Big Red and the Hilltoppers of Western Kentucky and Bowling Green. As we'll see the number 24 team in the country, the Tennessee Volunteers, taking on the 20th ranked team in the land, the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Hilltoppers will get us started with the opening kickoff. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. Offense at an empty set. Looking downfield on first down. Going for a big play right off the bat. Makes the grab inside the 30. Turns it on down the left side. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
If you want to make a statement in a football game, that's how you do it. On your first offensive snap, you go 75 yards and score a touchdown. They have shown up. They are ready to go. Everybody, I think, in shock in the stadium right now.
Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Looking to throw on first down. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Back to pass. Going to try to pop one on the screen. There he goes. Out of bounds at the 40-yard line, and you want to talk about flipping the field. He just did it. One big play, and you go from a little backed up to threatening. It's 1st and 10 from the 40. Quickly complete. He'll pick up a few before being knocked out of bounds at the 31. The Hilltoppers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. The give from the gun. At the 20, he's got space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. And the Hilltoppers are threatening in the red zone. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Got it in the middle, it's Kane. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Off the play fake. Zings it complete to the right. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
I love playing man-to-man defense, and I love getting up in your kitchen and jamming you at the line of scrimmage, but it's really hard when they start running these crossing routes and drags and ends because now I'm in chase mode, and the QB has a little bit of space a lot of times, and those fast guys can create some separation and get a first.
And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Hilltoppers.
And listen, my job is to get it to my playmakers like this guy on the outside. He'll do the rest. He'll get in the end zone. Nice catch. Way to finish it with a touchdown.
They opt to go for two to try to tie it up right now. Looking to throw. Bringing the heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strikes. He's going to throw deep right side. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but it gets man
turning it on. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing them. Defensive linemen, those big old defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers. They can't.
A shot toward the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Quarterback empties his backfield. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Unloads to the right. And the deflection by the defense brings up fourth down.
Yeah, and because of the pressure, the defense gets pressure on him immediately so quickly that he makes a bad decision, tries to throw it into double coverage. Really nice job pressuring the quarterback up front.
On fourth down, going to the air. Fires to the wideout. He's got it, first down and more. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening. And the Volunteers have their offense in high gear. The give to the left. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance?
It's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Volunteers.
Really nice rhythm that time by the play caller because he ran the football on the last play. So this time he decides to go play action just to see if he could get the defense to freeze for a split second. And that's all the target needed. Off the play fake, he's able to work the route, win his one-on-one, makes the catch, and takes it in for a score.
They got it, able to recover the onside kick, and they get the offense right back out there. This drive will get started from the 37-yard line. He leaves it with his back. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. That's the end of the quarter, and Tennessee has the lead. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they swarm him under.
Really nice play call there on second and long by the offensive coordinator. He was able to get a lot of that yardage back by running the football, and now, of course, it sets up a third and manageable situation.
Nice move to keep running. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job.
Unleashes one deep. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
Well, this quarterback has really found a nice rhythm early, and he's in firm control and command of everything that's happening. They've had 2 drives. They've scored 2 touchdowns. And here on their third possession, he still wants...
Oh, he's got some space. Find some fresh air. The 10. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Vols! No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. Forget the kick. He's going to throw it. And the defense wrestles him to the ground. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. Fires to the middle. Found the spot in the defense. It's a seam wide open. Running inside the 20. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Western Kentucky.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
But we're only in the first half, and I don't think anybody had onside kick in the second quarter on their bingo card. They were trying to catch the opponent off guard, but it didn't work. Now let's find out what this offense can do. You have got to make them pay for gambling like that.
They'll leave it with him. Finding an escape route. Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Tennessee! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
They want to throw it. Looking to buy time. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open. They already have the lead, and they apparently want more here in the first half, going for the onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
And you don't see a lot of these. You don't see a lot of onside kicks earlier in the game, especially in the second quarter. You still feel each other out. You're still getting into the game. You don't want to give away that momentum, but that's exactly what they did by failing on that onside kick.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. From the gun, running back on the move. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. They want to run this quarterback. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right? And having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receivers got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Offense trying to go RPO, but how about the defense up front? Their front 7, they had dudes winning, just being way more physical and able to get to that running back.
To the air on 2nd down. Trying to find the end zone. And he will score. The question now, will it count as we check out the laundry on the field? Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? He might want another play. Back to pass on second down. Here he goes breaking the pocket. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. That offensive line grabbing and holding on, and they'll back up and try it again. Can the D deny them on second and goal? Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Got the back over the middle. Jumped on top of the pile. Got to get to the line quickly for this third down play. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
There were a lot of people really excited about what this guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his second interception early in this college football season. Offenses are going to figure it out. They're going to stop throwing this guy's way. You just get in trouble when you try.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Wants to throw on first down. Finds his big tight end. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock. They're dealing with a second and long. The DBs will back off a bit. He'll try it again on second and 10. He's going for a big play downfield. It's incomplete, and they tried to get one on the board before the break and couldn't quite make the connection. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. I guess they're trying to send a message to start this second half, lined up for an onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. Touchdown, WKU! And the comeback is on. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Those opportunities, those returns like that can be such game changers, and everyone was right on point, and he took it to the house. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Keeping it on the ground to open the second half. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's second and 12. The give to the back. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They come to the line facing third and long from the 25. Off play action. Here's a heat. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
This game just feels so different than it did in the first half. After that incompletion, now setting up fourth down, they only have a 1-possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Throwing on the run. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line.
And that's a play the defense has got to be able to make, guys, right there on fourth down. You're in the third quarter, second half. You're playing at home, and it's a close game. You've got a huge opportunity to seize momentum. And you just get the feeling that that momentum is going to be a big factor here in the second half. Someone had to step up and make a play, and they just couldn't get it done.
They go to the ground. Oh, better look out. There he goes. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. The Volunteers are on the move. To the ground. He's got it again.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And this team needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
And that's a great sign for this offense, because this year we know there's been a little bit of inconsistency, and I think the biggest problem has been third down. Right there, nice job executing, running the ball, picking up the first, and keeping it.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
Quarterback just has to be more aware of the situation. First down, goal-to-go situation, you cannot take a sack. So the QB, if no one's open, you got to make sure you're throwing that ball out of the end zone and helping your offense out.
They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. Third and goal, where you separate the wheat from the chaff. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And the third down pass is incomplete.
And this offense put together a really good drive, man. Like, that was a good drive, but third down in the red zone when the field starts to shrink, they really struggled to try to find a play to get someone open.
From the gun. Here comes the Heat. It's incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. The Hilltoppers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. We've come to the end of the period, and Tennessee leads it. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. So the final period starts with a second down play. Caught behind the line. It's Grimes. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. On third down, he drops to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Hunter. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
Man, and that's just making it way too easy on the defense. They're laughing at that short throw. They're like, really? Okay, we'll just make an easy tackle and jog our punt return team out on the field. You're going to make it that easy for us.
Got the quick pass. And he'll be marked down, but he's got enough to move the chains.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There have been way too much penetration up front defensively. They have been able to stop him in his tracks.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's third and long. Quarterback making checks. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. With the catch, it's Grimes. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 44-yard line, and this offense has it going. In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And the Hilltoppers back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Looking to throw on first down. Got his man out of the backfield. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. Makes the catch. It's Hunter. And after the pickup, gets to the sidelines to stop the clock and keep this drive going as they try to save themselves late. The Hilltoppers will line it up on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. The throw to the outside is complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And a big opportunity for this offense to tie the game up in the 4th with a touchdown. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
I think the run defense, a lot of times late in the game, you always wonder how well it'll hold up. Nice job on this play by this defense, getting in and getting the running back on the ground.
Looking to scramble. Looking to get it in.
Nice job by the defense, forcing the 3rd and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
Trying to barge their way in. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. Trailing and getting deep in the game, they'll go for it here on 4th and goal. The snap sets up to throw. And he's got it. He's got it for a touchdown. And here in the final minute, they're a single point behind.
Man, great execution. That is how it's done late in the football game. Now, all you need is that extra point. Bring the kicker out there. This is what you do. Just like practice, knock it through the uprights, tie this football game, and we might be looking at overtime soon.
And the extra point ties the game in the 4th. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. To the air on first down. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the wideout. It's caught. Defense was right there, but they couldn't stop him from making the catch, and he's got it to the 30. Looking to throw on first down. Under fire. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And I like where the quarterback got, because I think he needed to check the football down, but the pressure got there a little bit too fast, and he just didn't have enough time to get it to his running back and maybe put a positive spin on this play instead of an incompletion.
Quarterback gets the first down. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. Defense uses a timeout. The clock stops with 17 seconds left. And the Vols have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Timeout called by the defense. 13 seconds to go. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. He just kept those big, powerful thighs churning, but he'll be knocked down at the 1. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. They keep nudging it closer, but now it's 3rd and goal from the 1. Run it with the fullback. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down. Well, guys, let's play some more. Headed to overtime.
And this just feels right. Both of these teams going back and forth. So, of course, David, this thing needs to get decided in OT.
Let's see who's better. Short amount of time to do it. A couple possessions probably. Maybe 1 possession each. Who's the better team?
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possessions starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach.
Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Volunteers! They jump on top here in OT.
It's hard for a defense to have to cover so much space. When the offense goes empty, you've got receivers and tight ends and running backs lined up out wide. You've got to expand, and it's harder to cover on the back end.
How about the guts, and then it pays off. The 2-point conversion and an 8-point lead in OT. They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. He'll start this drive firing. Pocket breaking down. Turning it on. And a nice pickup on the line and gets down to avoid contact. And the Hilltoppers want to crank the tempo. Wants to throw on 1st down. Release to the back. Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback.
I think the QB wants that one back. You know, you're down here in the red zone, tighter areas, hard enough to fit it in, but definitely not wanting to fit it in against double coverage, and he misses, and probably a good miss because that could have been worse.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. 4th and long, and they have to pick it up to keep their chances alive. On 4th down, looking to pass. Touchdown, Toppers! They got the score, and now they need the 2-point conversion to tie. This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting, had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
Not all close games are created equal, but this one